Moving on to our weekly forecast, Bitcoin is exploding like a fucking rocket. If you look at the chart, obviously, we've had the Trump election win back on November 5th, and I'll zoom in here on the daily just so you can get a better look at it. This is what most people have been waiting for. We've been in this tight consolidation phase for a while now at this point, going back to probably the spring, literally the spring, March, 13th of March, more or less, was probably the top for Bitcoin, going over the course of the next, 6 months or so into the fall. I think most people were just waiting to see what the election outcome would be, because if Kamala Harris would have won, the administration for them would have probably been anti-crypto. I don't really believe any of the fluff and bullshit they put out in regards to saying that it would have been positive for the industry, when for 4 years, practically, it was very negative. And Trump has come out very pro-crypto. He's brought on a lot of crypto folks. He's made a lot of promises to the Bitcoin crypto community, to Web3 at large. He's actually gotten involved himself and created his own platform. So he's definitely shown a lot more, I think, empathy for the space. And so, yeah, he won on November 5th, and the space, seems to be doing well. Bitcoin took off, crypto's moving in the right direction. The conditions, for this industry were right on a 4-year period. Cyclically, it's about time for a bull market to start. Bitcoin had already broken through its all-time high again in March, but it needed confirmation that the industry at large, especially in the US, was going to be favorable, and it looks like that happened. You saw a lot of that start to trend as we got into September, and Trump started expanding upon his lead with Kamala. You can see that in the RSI and the moving average there, and then obviously breaking above that. So again, what's my forecast? Where's it going? It's going to go to 100,000. I don't know when it's going to do that. It's definitely moved a lot in a short period of time. If we go over here and we grab price range, we go to the 5th to where we're at today. Bitcoin's up a cool 33%, which is a lot for Bitcoin. We're talking about a $2,200+ jump. $22,600+ jump in just a week. So yeah, if it can do that in a week, it could very, very well get to 100,000 next week. But does that mean that it's actually going to do that? We're going to need to wait and see how this plays out, see where we get our pullbacks, and going into the holidays, going into the new year. I imagine by the time we get to January and he takes the oath of office around the 20th, and we have his new cabinet start to get into place, he's got the Senate, he's got the House, he's going to be able to pass generally whatever he wants. Then you'll probably see Bitcoin really get above 100,000 by then. So my guess is we're not going to see 100,000 until his inauguration in January, and he starts passing bills and taking action. But I think this is all preemptive of where it's going to go. Not saying it can't go to 100,000 by the end of the year. Definitely could. But there's a lot of excitement right now, and you'll see a lot of people probably sell and take some positions at some point here. And likely you'll see it kind of look like that. So Bitcoin's looking pretty solid right now. The rest of the crypto market is following pace. Not quite at the same pace as Bitcoin. Maybe you can make an argument for something like Doge, which is obviously favors into Elon Musk and his acronym for the Department of Government Efficiency. So I don't know if there's any practicality to the token there, and it, being, positive in terms of price action, but we'll come back to that in another week or so. I want to give altcoins some time to really juice up and generate some movement on the charts. But for now, this is what Bitcoin's doing. You can likely see altcoins probably follow pace with it. It's well above its 20, 50, 100, and 200-day moving averages, looking very bullish, moving in the right direction. Expect pullbacks as we go up, but 100,000 is that big barrier psychologically that we all want to hit. So expect that to come soon, but maybe not immediately. But things are looking good. I won't even get into long-term forecasts because we're in price discovery mode. And let's just see how things play out over the next month or two.